Though the early warning signs of ethnic cleansing and genocide are well known, mass atrocities in the crisis zones of Africa continue to go unchecked. Never again has become again and again. Yet few have worked more diligently in combating these crimes than noted peace scholar and human rights activist John Prendergast.
Hey, I'm John Prendergast of the Enough Project. I've been working on conflicts and in conflict zones in Africa for 25 years now. But I've never seen anything like the human devastation in Eastern Congo.
More than 5 million people have died in the Democratic Republic of Congo.
Why attack the civilian population?
It's a very effective strategy. It scares the people, it terrorizes them into compliance, and it just keeps the cycle going and going until we break that cycle and begin to address the root issue here. Sustained pressure.
Prendergast has worked on African policy since President Clinton's White House. And he now runs the Enough Project, a group he co-founded to help target and put an end to genocide and other human rights abuses. He has also helped to create Raise Hope for Congo, a campaign that seeks to end the ongoing brutality against women and girls in the Congo. Along with NBA All-Star Tracy McGrady, Prendergast launched the Darfur Dream Team Sister Schools program to connect American schools with Darfurian school children driven from their homes and forced to remain in refugee camps throughout eastern Chad and Sudan.
And I've seen this with my own eyes of, how bad it is over there. With the help of John and all the work he's done to bring this awareness out, I think a lot more people are aware of this, this devastation that's going on.
JP was critical to us getting started on the path to build the first permanent anti-genocide constituency. He has been a leader in helping others in need, from on the ground to inside policy circles, as well as those in the advocacy, faith, student, film, and business communities.
John is the best kind of advocate. He's passionate, fearless, knowledgeable, and he doesn't know the meaning of the word quit. John has worked relentlessly to help people in places that hope and grace and decency seem to have abandoned.
In Washington and on the ground, Prendergast frequently joins forces with political leaders and other well-known voices who advocate for human rights in Africa and around the world.
We learn about the Holocaust in school, and then you always go like, well, that could never happen today because we would never let that happen today, but it's happening. There's a genocide happening.
Didn't we just say never again? Didn't we just have this conversation? It's like, how is this happening? Like, how could it be happening?
It matters to people like us all over the United States and around the world that the war come to an end in Darfur, that the genocide be ended in Darfur, and that Sudan eventually becomes a peaceful country, a democratic country.
John squarely faces the worst depravities that human beings can commit. He understands the depths to which we can sink. But he also knows that murder is a crime and that despair is a sin.
You take a guy like that and go out and try to help millions of people globally in a place where his life could be at risk. And it really tells you a lot about the heart that John has and who he is as a person.
What John is most passionate about is ending genocide and mass atrocities. He is motivated by the fact that all of this is man-made and therefore can be stopped.
In order to prevent mass atrocities and crimes against humanity, Prendergast asserts the international community's collective responsibility to heed early warning signs and be prepared to act quickly and effectively whenever and wherever the potential for genocide exists.
There has to be a consequence for the commission of genocide, for the commission of mass atrocities. If we whitewash these kinds of crimes, they'll just continue. There'll be cycles of these crimes against humanity going forward for generations.
While circumstances throughout Africa are still dire, Prendergast remains hopeful. He sees more and more young Africans demanding that their voices be heard And thanks to his relentless efforts and determination, America and the world are no longer looking away.
The more I spend time here, the more I see this continent as one of hope and redemption rather than despair.
John is not only someone I love, he's someone I admire. He understands that human evils can be ended by human courage and human action. We are grateful to him for raising his voice and raising our shared sights.
It is clear that John is unquestionably deserving of such an award, and knows that if we effectively weave all the stakeholders, we can truly abolish the crime of genocide.
This is your night tonight, and I'm sorry I can't be there, but I just want you to know that it's a pleasure, a good pleasure, to call you my friend, and this award is well deserved.
John, the Holocaust Museum of Houston honors you tonight with the Lyndon Baines Johnson Moral Courage Award, a way to recognize a life's work devoted to ending violence and defending human rights throughout Africa and beyond. They've made a tremendous choice, my brother, and I'm grateful to you for everything that you do.
John Prendergast has spent his life promoting peace and urging ordinary citizens to speak out against injustice. His message reminds us that starting here, starting now, genocide and crimes against humanity cannot be allowed to happen again. Not on our watch.
It is unacceptable that genocide continue in this 21st century, and that we need to do all that we can to stop it.